Hi everyone, welcome to the FFA Chapter highlight segment of the 97th Annual California FFA Leadership Conference, where we celebrate the outstanding achievements and exciting moments from our California FFA chapters. I'm your host, Emmy Marrow. I am a first-year Ag Comm student at Cal Poly. From leadership development to hands-on agricultural experiences, this segment shines a spotlight on the hard work, dedication, and passion of our FFA members. Join us as we share the inspiring stories and accomplishments that are shaping the future of agriculture and empowering the next generation of leaders. Please welcome the Redlands FFA Chapter from the Southern region.
Hi, my name is Bella Gotti, and I'm in 10th grade. I've been in FFA for 2 years, and thank you for having us.
Hi, I'm Emily Chapman. I'm in 9th grade, and this is my first year as an FFA.
Hi, I'm Shelby Bueno. I am our ag teacher here at Redlands Gorman University FFA, and I've been teaching for 6 years.
I'm super excited to have you guys on the panel today. We have some very exciting and important news to talk about. I hear that you guys are the first hybrid virtual FFA program in California, and you are the first 5 in the nation, and your chapter is redefining what it means to be a part of FFA. How has that been being a student and an advisor having a hybrid FFA program?
It has been amazing, honestly. Be able to provide all these different students that don't have access to those traditional brick and mortar schools, let them be an FFA member, let them travel to different events, let them compete at livestock competitions. It has been really refreshing. All of our students are really engaged and excited to be in our classrooms and excited to be a part of our chapter.
How is that being a student, and as you talk to other students in FFA as well, what can you see as a bit different compared to other chapters?
Well, compared to other chapters, it's a little less physical. Mm-hmm. So it's a little isolating sometimes. But with our chapter, our advisor makes everything really engaging and entertaining. And so with our chapter meetings and stuff, all the members and the officers really get that chance to thrive with one another, because we host games and stuff, and we have them motioned in second. And it really, imagine being an introvert and having to do that in front of everybody. It can be intense. Mm-hmm. And so with being online, it definitely brings them out of their shell more. Mm-hmm. And it's really been, it's amazing, honestly. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I agree. It's really different, obviously. I was in public school for a while, and then I switched over to virtual. And they obviously are different, like Bella said, with the physical aspect. But FFA is really cool, it's a cool thing in general. But again, like Bella was saying, my teacher makes it really interactive. So it's not oh, you just sit at a screen and it's kind of boring. Mm-hmm. It's interactive, and you get to talk to people that have similar interests and all that. So it's really cool. I've enjoyed it so far. Yeah.
What are some of your big goals that you guys hope to achieve in this next year, being obviously a hybrid and also just being in FFA?
Well, honestly, one of our biggest goals is really getting our type of the world out there, because not everybody really has access to FFA virtually or in person. Mm-hmm. And not a lot of people know about it. And so we really want to let people know that they have options, and let them know that they can join. Mm-hmm. So no matter where you are, whether you're in San Diego, Lancaster, Antelope Valley, Redding, Yucaipa, wherever, mm-hmm. You have options. And so one of our goals is really recruiting more FFA members, getting the word out there, and really giving people options, letting them know what they can do, and really helping them set themselves up for a good future.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's really just putting it out there, because a lot of people don't have access to being an FFA member in person. Mm-hmm. So if they have the opportunity to do it at their home, where it's more accessible, I think it's really important that we put that out there.
How is that being an advisor for something that is hybrid, and how do you keep it so engaging and have kids wanting to join?
Honestly, I love it. It's one of my favorite things. A lot of people, when COVID happened, it was hard for teachers to transition over, but I was able to engage my students by providing labs thanks to their participation in events. Without their participation in FFA and things like that, we wouldn't be able to apply for different grants. So because of our partnership in that, we've been able to do hands-on labs, I would say probably at least every other week. We're able to do something, which is really neat. And then on top of that, we do digital interactive notebooks, and we partner with a company called ICEV, so students can get industry recognized certifications as well.
I see that this year was full of some exciting milestones for you guys. Can you give us some insight into how that was for you guys as a chapter?
Should I answer that one?
I think, is it okay if I start?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
So one of our biggest milestones is, I guess I'll share two if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Our student Kadash, he got a state degree, and he was the first one in our chapter to ever do that because we're so brand new. And then on top of that, he got a section and region proficiency in landscape installation, which is the highest we've ever gone. I'm so proud of him. And because of all of his hard work with inputting his data into the AET, he also got a grant through National FFA to build an urban garden in Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm so proud of him. And then we also show livestock and train them completely virtually. You know, everything from rabbits, chickens, turkeys to lambs, goats, pigs, and cattle. And it has been so much fun. A little bit of a learning curve, but with the way we communicate with our students, faculty, and our parents, it's been awesome. It's been so cool.
How is that for you guys as students? Does that, push you a little bit more, give you a little bit more drive, or, give you hope that you guys can, even though you are virtual, you can still do amazing things like that and get to that kind of level?
Well, being virtual and having livestock meetings online, it is very different. But honestly, it also helps because, for example, I'll share my friend AJ. He showed an FFA, he showed goats, lambs, cattle. He did it all online. And with Ms. Bueno, what she did was she made interactive notebooks with videos and photos, and then she'll have him compare what he's doing to the photo. And that's just how they rolled. And I even did some of it with him. And it was different. I'll definitely say that. Technical difficulties or Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. That's perfectly fine, but our school provided hotspots for them and they made it really accessible. So when Fair Time came out, he actually did a lot better than versus people who did it in person. Well, it is definitely a lot nicer to have it in person, but when you can't do that, it makes it really nice, and you do learn a lot because you still get that hands-on experience. You still get the feedback. You still get the creative input. It's all still there. It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, it's pretty cool. I don't know, man. It's neat, it's a different experience, obviously, but it's good because of the way that we like Ms. Bueno said, the communication is there and everything, so I think it levels out,
Well, thank you so much for coming and joining us today and giving us a little bit of insight into this extraordinary chapter that you guys are a part of. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you around the convention center.
Thank you.
Thank you.